All right. It is Tuesday afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Krista Holloman, a digital reporter here at News 10, joined by News 10 sports co-director Tim Staudt. How was your weekend?
It was good. What's good about this show compared to the on-air is I can finish a chocolate bar here and nobody complains.
Nobody.
There, that could change.
Unless that jar is empty, which it's getting close.
It is now because Ann's not sitting there, so I took the last two crackles that she
I see
had.
3.
Well, that's right here. I'm better on a crackle.
So we're going to talk a little bit. I haven't seen you since last week.
What a break for you.
Right? We're going to talk a little bit about the MSU-CMU game. People are still talking about it. What are your initial thoughts on the game from Friday?
I wasn't surprised by hardly anything. I picked 34-13. That was in the general vicinity. I thought Central Michigan would play hard the first half and hang in there. I thought State would make mistakes, especially in the first half. They did. But I just think their athleticism wore Central down. Central has no speed. They have no speed in their receivers. The quarterback's slower than I am. The running backs, they have no speed whatsoever. Well, they don't. I mean, it just is what it is. It's not an opinion. Just watch them run. And, if you don't have a quarterback in a game of this level, he's too slow. He can't throw from the pocket. When he runs out, he throws at 5 yards. And if it's 3rd and 9 and you throw it 4 yards, you're not going to get a first down. So went about what I thought. I do not think Central will have a winning record at the end of the season. The teams that beat State from Central were much better teams, in my opinion. And it's going to be the same thing this week.
With Richmond?
Because you can't even get a point spread on the Richmond game because the betting lines don't go to any team that's not Division I. Richmond is not a Division I team. But Richmond hosted Morehead State in its first game and lost 17-10. If you can't score more than one touchdown at home against Morehead State, why are you going to score in Spartan Stadium? Call me crazy. It's just a question of how wide open State will. This thing will be over in a hurry. Then the season starts. Next week with Washington.
What are your thoughts on Noah Kim's performance?
He's not very big physically. And Thorne's bigger, and Thorne got hurt last year because they couldn't completely protect him. They're going to have to protect this guy, and they're going to face a lot better defensive rush than what they saw from Central. Because if he gets hit and goes down,
You're talking about the Richmond
I'm talking
game?
about any game.
Okay.
Any game. Anytime he goes back, they're going to have to protect him because if he gets hit at his size, I was amazed at how small he looks. I mean, look, I wasn't surprised that he overthrew a number of receivers early, but he has enough good receivers who made 3 really good catches in the game for touchdowns, and that was the entire difference in the game was 3 plays. 3 very good catches by their receivers. And that's kind of what I felt would happen. I mean, look, will he get better? He better. Will all those guys get better? They better.
Yeah,
but you won't be able to. The media is going to tell you what a great win it was over Richmond. In my opinion, is what Judd Heathcote, the basketball coach, used to say, you are who you play. If you schedule 12 cream puffs, you might go 12-0. But you saw some of the other games in America where you had tremendous showdowns of equal strength teams. And even the teams that lost in the big games, don't count any of them out because there's 11 weeks to go. And teams like LSU, Clemson, TCU, those teams are still going to have a good winning season. How much, I don't know. But
TCU is 0-1. They actually lost a very close game to Colorado.
well, in the last 3 games TCU has played, and they went the national title last year, they've given up 156 points. That's 52 per game, and they went to the national title game. Call me crazy, but that to me is hard to imagine. And the 4th game, which was the loss to Kansas State in the Big 12 title game, they gave up 31. So in 4 games, they've given up 44 points. It's, who screwed it up? Michigan, because Michigan should have beat them in the Final Four and didn't do it to set up their blowout loss to Georgia in the championship game. I want to see Michigan play Florida State.
I would love to see Michigan play Florida State.
Let's see Michigan play Florida State.
Florida
Or Michigan State play Florida State. Let's see what you got.
Florida State jumped up a little bit in AP rankings from number 8 to number 4. Michigan remains number 2. Ohio fell to number 5.
No Big Ten team knocked my socks off. Of all 14, none of them I thought, wow, you don't want to play these guys. That'll change. Some will start to look better than, again, where did they play? Who did they play? What time did they play? What day did they play? What was the caliber of the team that they played? None of the 14 knocked my socks off. The teams that impressed me for a variety of different reasons were Florida State, Duke, and Florida and Colorado. Colorado's got to get better on defense. I think they'll bury Nebraska. Nobody else agrees with me on that. They're a 3-point favorite, but they're at home. That quarterback's the best player in the country after 1 week, Deion's son. And LSU will be, don't worry about LSU. They had a rough first game. They lost on a tough play a year ago, and they came flying back. Clemson does not have many transfer portal players. Duke does. And Duke last night, I thought Duke was a basketball school. They've got as many good athletes now on the football team maybe as they do in basketball, and that's going to show. Although I think Florida State is going to romp to the ACC title and get in the Final Four. And you better be good to beat them because they got a lot of weapons.
It's only week 1. We're heading into week 2. We also have NFL starting and some good news maybe for the Lions. As they head to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Travis Kelce is out
Well,
with
he's
a
injured.
hyperextended knee at practice.
Fred doesn't
today.
think that makes an ounce of difference, nor does Chris Jones, the defensive lineman who's holding out. Those are two of their better players.
He doesn't think the injury makes a difference?
He
or
thinks the
Kelce being
Chiefs
out?
will win by 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
I think the Chiefs will win. There's one player in the game that makes a difference, Mahomes. If he was out, would I be shocked if the Lions won? Modestly. Modestly. I mean, I know the hype is through the roof, and I get that. I understand everybody in Detroit who likes pro football just can't wait to see the Lions do something. And even if they lose this game big, that doesn't mean, in my opinion, anything long term. The game I'm more interested in is Green Bay at Chicago. The Packers have a new quarterback, and the Bears think they're like the Lions. Green Bay is a 1-point favorite. That's Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Before that, Lions take on the Kansas City Chiefs as they celebrate their Super Bowl win right here on WILX on Thursday night. What is up next? I know we have a lot of high school football still coming up later this week. Anything between now and then that you want to touch on?
Well, DeWitt goes to Fowlerville. Brace yourself, Fowlerville. Mason's schedule, I mean, I just don't know where in the regular season they're going to get beat. The surprise team has been Sexton, who's 2-0. Sexton hosts Ionia. They should roll in that one. Charlotte is very good and is home against Catholic. I think Charlotte wins big there. Pewamo Westphalia is at Langsburg. Langsburg's 2-0. PW is 1-1. But Langsburg hasn't beat PW since 2009 and probably won't again. Who have I left out? East Lansing is at 0-2 and home against Okemos, and that won't be close. East Lansing will win their first game easily. I mean, those are the. Oh yeah, Everett. Everett's got a. Oh, Waverly at Everett. That one's a nail biter. You can. Toss a
Waverly
coin.
at Everett?
Waverly at Everett.
That'll be interesting.
That's to me is a nail biter.
All right. I know
If
you
you're
guys
with
are
Waverly and Everett. Yeah, we're
working
busy.
on some stuff over there.
By the way, the first Sunday Staudt on Sports is this Sunday at 11 a.m.
It's Sunday, 11 a.m. Make
Sunday at
sure you're
11 a.m. Be there or be square.
Be
It
there.
starts your day on Sunday. Starts your sports day. You're 27.
You're 27.
You're
If
27.
you can't get it at 11 a.m., you can always find it on our YouTube channel because I do put it up on there.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. So, and I'm still digging through the archives. I found some stuff from 1989 of you, so we're gonna be digging through some of that
Haven't
stuff.
changed a bit.
Yeah.
If on YouTube, we'll go from 2 viewers to 4. So that's doubling it up.
Take a look at that.
Let's see, yeah. Who's younger there? They all look the same.
I have no idea.
They're all the same. They're the 3 amigos. Yeah, well, that's my little brother on the right, my big brother on the left.
All right, we'll have that coming up in a little bit. You better go get
All
to refill
right.
your candy jar. And thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you later.